Great Scott, Meepletown! We are stuck in 1955, and we have to get back to the future, and Back to the Future, back in time. Let's get to the table and check it out.
All right, Meepletown, since I was too busy reading my comic and sticking my feet in Dean's face, just wanted to pull up the box cover before we get rolling. All right, take it away, Dean.
Now to the table. I am going to be taking on the role of Doc Brown. John is going to be Marty McFly. You can also be Jennifer or Einstein in this game. And we're basically going to be traveling around this board because we need to get the items needed to be able to fix the DeLorean. We have to move the DeLorean all the way down here in the location to take off towards the clock tower. And then we need to get George and Lorraine to fall in love. So this is a lot that we've got to do. And we have to do all of that before November 12th at 10:04 p.m.
And we don't want our family to fade away.
That's right.
The picture of us and our family.
So as we're moving up this time track, we might be, the picture might be fading. If that happens, we will lose the game. So there's a lot.
A lot going on.
And this is stress.
This is full-on co-op. So Dean and I are playing nice today.
That is correct. So on your turn, first thing you're going to do is you're going to move the turn tracker. So we start off here, and what we're going to do is flip over a level 1 trouble card. And this card says that the love meter cannot be raised by more than one per turn.
Be thematic. What happened, Dean? The gang wrecked George's bicycle.
They wrecked his bicycle. That's right. And so what we do is we're going to put this at the South Shops, and when we complete this, we'll be able to draw a power tile. I'll explain that in just a minute.
South Shops are over here.
Yeah, South Shops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
We flip that over. Then we're going to flip a movement card over. If you can hand me a movement card. This is going to move George and Lorraine. It's also going to potentially move Biff. And so what this...
I don't like that. Love meter.
So Lorraine is going to go counterclockwise 3 spaces. And John's going to go ahead and move her clockwise, even though it said counterclockwise.
Whoops. I have a problem. Dude, I thought to myself, nailed it this time.
We have a hard time with that sometimes. All right, and then there is one Biff symbol, and so if you'll go ahead and throw that away. Biff is going to move 1 space. He's basically going to activate 1 time. So if he's not in a space with George or Lorraine, he's going to move towards them, and he is going to move towards Lorraine if there's a tie. And they're all going to be moving on the outside of the board. Now, we can move anywhere. We can move through town square, but none of those 3 characters can. Now we're ready to start our turn.
Let's go. Game on, man.
Okay.
You go first.
Before we do that, I do want to point out one thing, though. So we also have these opportunity cards. I'll just throw one up there on the different locations. And what these will... actually throw it on the screen. What these will do is they go to a location. You're always going to have 3 out on the board. You're going to roll dice to complete these, and if you do, you're going to get the bonus at the bottom. And so those are big boosts throughout the game as well.
I am Darth Vader from planet Vulcan.
That's right. Nailed it, John. Okay. So, what do we want to do? I'm going to be Doc Brown, like I said, and Doc Brown can, once per turn, move to the DeLorean location, so I actually don't have to take any actions to move to the DeLorean location. I think I will go ahead and do that. Oh.
Here's an important question.
Yeah.
Is it possible to play this game without quoting the movie?
We'll find out.
Okay, that's it.
Well, we already started off the video with Great Scott, so maybe not.
And then I did the other thing.
And then you did that, yes.
Okay.
So probably not.
The answer is probably not.
Okay, we also have the characters laying down, by the way, and Biff, that actually...
It's because they're all dead.
Yeah, we want you to be able to see them, but if Biff is laying down, that means he's knocked out, and so
we have to have him up.
We'll have to have him standing up.
Boom.
All right, so I'm going to...
Look how buff Biff is in this game.
Buff Biff. That's right.
Do you want to put that on the screen so everyone can check out his biceps?
He's pretty jacked. He has giant arms, for sure.
Look at those things.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
A little blurred out in there, I guess.
But some long arms right there, man. I was kind of scared of Biff.
Looked very ominous in that on the green screen, too.
Tell you what.
Okay. Doc Brown moves up there, and now I have these tiles that I can flip over to activate. What I would really like to do is get this card, but I have to roll 2 stars. I only have 1 blue card. You can roll other cards besides those, but I feel like it's a little risky. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to flip my Move DeLorean power tile, and that's going to let me roll one of these dice, and for every symbol that I get, I'm going to be able to move the DeLorean.
Boom.
Yes, so the DeLorean's going to move 1 space, and now
move that off the track.
That's right. Now what can I do? I can move down here and try to collect some of those parts.
You could try to punch Biff in the face.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that first. So punching Biff in the face is one of the options in the game. So I'll flip this over. The blue one, which is the Fight Biff die. Roll that.
Old man Doc Brown punching Biff in the face.
The lightning symbols on there are wild, so they count as anything. The stars are the ones that are on the blue ones. That means that's also a success. And then all the dice have 2 Biff faces, which are bad. You don't want to roll those. But I did not. I did knock him out just one time. And then I'll move down here. And I will flip this one. I might as well flip both of them, dude.
Just go, make sure. Yeah.
Although I'll probably end up rolling a Biff die. Now you can. Okay. I didn't mention this. Actually, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to do one because you can re-roll. You can re-roll as many times as you want, unless it's a Biff head.
That's fine. You can just do it again.
So all he does is just stand up because he's already been knocked out.
So do it again.
And I'll flip that. Do it again.
And roll another Biff head. No. Yes.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Did you mention the clock tower, dice tower?
Oh no, I did not.
So this is a dice tower here. Just want to point that out.
We don't have Biff arms. We can't reach up there. It's a little too far away, but yeah, that can be used as a dice tower. And that's my entire turn. The last thing I do is I flip all these back over to show that they are now active again. And now it's John's turn.
Okay, so I'll move over here. Sorry, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do. Okay, so move George counterclockwise 3 spaces. I know how this works. Oh, so now he's over there with old Biffy.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
And Biff gets a hit.
Activates one time.
So we get punched.
We'll move down one on the love meter, which is really bad. Not so bad right now, but once we get to the symbol with the picture on there.
Oh, you wanted to show it, didn't you?
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, you've already...
Well, what I was going to do, Dean, is come over here and try to get... Man, that gasoline's 2 of those. I was going to try to get rid of this stupid Gang Rex George's bicycle thing, since I'm right here.
And that's really important now that we...
I also don't like Biff being in the same thing as him. But I'm going to do it first. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
You got to say it again. You've got more space to move. We didn't mention that when you move, you can also pick up George or Lorraine on your turn and move them with you.
I don't think I'm going to be able to use it. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to roll this. Come on. Yes, got it. So, see you later, suckers. Reward, draw 1 P.
There we go. And we throw it up there? Is this one you want? All right.
See what it is.
This is the one John's going to get, which is a really good one.
I'll take that.
It's going to give him to be able to roll a green and...
That's literally perfect because I can use that right now to go ahead and get this gasoline maybe.
That's right.
But I'm going to have to roll a pink one as well, so... All right, whatevs. So, I'm using both because I got to get 2 right here. If I don't get 2, so unlike Dean where he only had to get 1, I can't make that. I can't take that risk.
That's right.
I'm rolling all 3 of these. Something that we didn't mention is that you don't have to, and you may say why, because this lightning counts. Dean is a guy that he likes risk.
I do like the risk.
He likes risk. Now the big negative is if I roll a Biff head or 2 Biff heads, we're going down because Biff's over there.
And we'll lose this game quickly.
We could, but I want to make sure I get this, and then I'm going to focus on making him fall in love. So
there we go.
One thing at a time. Look at that. There we go. No Biff heads. And that does nothing, but who cares? And I got the science symbol, the DeLorean symbol, and the wild.
So we actually have 2 DeLorean parts right off the bat, which is not
bad at all.
Not normal for us. I'm going to move this over here. We can flip these over now to show that we have those. We just got to get one more. And that is the hook, which is the most difficult one to get. You
Last time we played this, we got slaughtered, by the way.
That's true. We did not have all the parts. Nor did we get the DeLorean down anywhere near there.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is come over here. 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm actually just going to take, instead of fighting Biff, I'm going to move 3 more spaces. And I'm going to take George away with me. And go 1, 2, and put them together. So they can fall in love.
There we go.
Isn't that sweet?
All right, but you don't have any dice to be able to
I don't,
roll them. But that's okay, because this is not a terrible spot that we're in.
It's not a terrible spot.
We're going to play through another round of this
more round?
and see. So we'll just slide this over, going on to the next turn. And if you'll hand me a movement card, we can go ahead and move them away from each other, even though they just got...
All right, Biff moves to George's house.
Yeah. George moves to...
George moves to George's house.
And then Biff is going to go 1. Yep.
Or not 1 punch, but 1
So he'll just go there. So they're not terrible. They're not too far away.
No.
Put that over there.
There you go.
And now it's my turn. I think what I'm going to do is the same thing I did last time and move him up there for my free action just so that I can try to get the DeLorean down there.
Keep working that DeLorean.
Yeah, I'll still work on there. Yeah, that's good. So we're going to move 2 spaces. I got 2 symbols.
That's a heck of a roll. Is there only one of those on that die? Yep. 1 in 6 chance and you got it.
I nailed it.
This is a completely different game
I know
than the last one we played.
Now, I would like to get down here. I would like to get some more power tiles is what I would like to do. I know that I can do this one. In fact, I think I will do that one. I'm going to shoot for getting... This is not ideal necessarily for the team.
Oh boy.
But I am going to try to roll 2 of those symbols using a pink and a blue die. I did get a biff head, which is not good. I did not
it's
get...
not the worst.
It is the worst. I just wasted 2. Yeah. Now I can re-roll this one, but it won't do me any good because I need 2.
It's even more intimidating when we're laying down and he's like, look at me.
Yeah. So I'm just going to forget about that. I might go ahead and just set myself up for next turn. I could go, let's see, 1, 2, 3, but I don't have enough dice to roll those things. So I'm just going to set myself up for next turn. That was a terrible turn.
You going to try to get the DeLorean hook?
Yeah, I'm going to set myself up for next time because I need 3 of those, and so I'm just wasting this one.
Do you have 3? How do you...
I have 2, but I can roll
something else?
Yeah, we'll go for it. I'm a risky guy.
He's a risky player.
I'm a risk taker. That was a terrible, terrible turn, by the way.
All right, ready?
Awful.
Moving it over. Trouble level 2. Go ahead.
Trouble level 2.
What happens?
Let's see what's going on here. We have...
You got to read the flavor text.
Biff puts sign and George is back. That's a kick me sign. That was a good one. This goes at Hill Valley High. The effect is move Biff to George's location. Each time a movement card moves George, move Biff to George's location. So he's just going to constantly follow him and punch him, basically. This is not good.
Especially with us already being negative. So do we move him immediately there? Is that what it says?
Correct, yeah. So he's going to go there, and then this is going to go to Hill Valley High, which I'm up there, so that's hopefully I can do that, because that's a really bad one. Those trouble cards are really troublesome.
And then now we need a movement.
Yep.
Oh! Wait, move George to Lou's Cafe. That's actually not bad. Does that mean? But he goes with him, right?
Yeah. Each time a movement card moves George,
we're in trouble.
Which this is a movement
and then he
card. So
did 2 punches on him.
Yep.
We're about to lose the game.
Yeah, this is not good at all.
Man, we got those DeLorean parts, but that is not good.
So what we really need to be focusing on is making them fall in love, because we're in bad shape there for sure.
Holy smokes! Okay, so on my turn, I am going to first. I'm going to do this.
I probably should have moved down there with you.
1, 2.
To be able to help out, but oh well, it's too late for that.
So we're all down here. Then I am going to do these 2, but I'm not going to use the science because that doesn't really matter. Right? Let's not risk a biff head. Another biff head, you think? Yeah. I could get a wild. All right, Dean, are you satisfied with me just rolling these 2 instead of, I'm sorry, 2 of the pink ones?
2 of the pink ones, yeah.
Or do you think I should do a green one?
No, I think that's good.
We got to make these guys fall in love.
Roll 2.
All right. How about that? That's huge. A roll, baby.
1, 2, 3. So
big
now,
time.
I'll explain what that means in just a little while. It's still not great. I mean, being in this area is not great, but it's better than being in that dark area for sure.
All right, so I can do a lot, I think. I'm going to try to get this right
okay.
now. And then, so that's the next thing I'm going to do.
Oh, one thing we didn't do, sorry, earlier when, have we done a, no, we've not done any opportunity cards. We just did the trouble cards, my bad.
Got it.
Okay.
Look at that. Anything without sugar. Lou's Cafe. So I get yet another power. How about that?
All right. And then we get to put another opportunity card out there.
Reroll all or move up to biff heads or move up to 3 spaces.
That's a really good one to have. We're going to draw a new one. View video footage. This goes to Doc Brown's house. And we just have to roll a heart. And when we do that, we'll be able to get... Where are we going to put this? We're running out of space. I'll just put it right here.
Roll the beautiful bean footage.
Yeah.
Remember that? That talking dog, man.
All right, yeah. That's right.
Okay, so I'm feeling hype about this. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to punch him.
Punch him hard.
And then I'm going to use... If I don't have to use a biff head, then I'm going to use 3 to move 3 more spaces to get us out of here towards you and then towards... That way you can maybe do both. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm going to move us out of there. You think?
Yeah. Just remember, you can't move both of them. You can only move one. So,
but I can.
But you can move Lorraine.
Yeah. So I can. My special power is I can move Lorraine up to 2 spaces towards me.
Yeah.
So all right. First thing I'm gonna do is just swing.
Boom.
Boom. Boom. 2 times, baby. Knocked him down, and he gets a little thing here, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He definitely does. So now when he activates, one of those removes, and then he stands up. So,
Man,
so we're in
champ.
better shape with him right now. That was really rough.
Rolling like a champ. All right, so actually, I wish that I could
do something with that green.
Well, I'm tempted. I know. Part of me is tempted just to go here and just roll for kicks and try to get a star. Think we should do it? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So
no, that's risky because you won't be able to have your reroll, but that's okay because he's knocked out.
That's fine. That's what I was thinking. So I'm gonna move this 1, 2. Then I'm gonna use my power to move Lorraine 2 spaces. Then I'm gonna take a 33% chance that I'll get this by getting a lightning bolt. 33% chance nothing happens because I get science, and 33% chance that Biff shows up. Dang it! Sorry, dude.
Which isn't the end of the world. It's fine because you had knocked him out twice.
I thought it was worth it because I was just feeling like I had the hot hand, like I'm going to Vegas.
And you can re-roll, so it's not the end of the world. So we'll stop there. I do want to show what happens. So when I would have taken my turn next, John reactivates all of his tiles. As you're gaining more and more tiles, you gain more and more actions. So supposedly you're getting better and better. But I'm not because I've not gotten any power tiles. All right, we would move that over, and then the picture is going to activate. Now, what happens is if you're in this dark area, you're going to flip over 2 tiles, regardless of which space that you're in. If you're in this light pink area, you're just going to flip over 1. And again, this is the countdown for that. And so as it gets towards the very end, you are more likely to lose at that point. But once you're up in this area here, you're safe. They've fallen in love, so you're not going to lose any picture tokens, and you're able to win the game as long as it doesn't drop below that. So that's the game.
It was a pretty big deal that we got out of that.
It was.
So
that was huge.
Good.
We're really not in terrible shape right now.
No,
we've got the DeLorean moving. We probably could be moving that a little bit faster, but Doc will be able to help out with that. And as we
we've managed some of those.
Yeah.
The trouble. So
yeah. All right. So
art and components.
Art and components. Why don't you start us off, John?
The art is awesome in this game. Like it's got this comic book feel. It's beautiful. I think the board looks absolutely fantastic. These player boards are fantastic.
Yeah, I love the look of. I'll just throw this up there.
I do. You've got the picture or whatever that looks really great. Whoever did the art.
Yeah.
Who did the art? Oftentimes it says this is Prospero Hall, isn't it?
You're just throwing that up there.
Yeah,
it's got like an Archie comic kind of feel too.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think they absolutely crushed the art. I can't even imagine a better art. Just how much I like the art.
Really?
I'm serious.
That good.
I think they nailed this art, like you said, Archie comic mixed with Back to the Future. Feels gamey, feels fun. I love it. The components are really nice.
Got a nice DeLorean that kind of looks like a Hot Wheels car. It doesn't roll, but you don't want it to roll because it would roll off the board.
It would.
It makes you sad though.
I mean, it kind of did, but I understand why I wouldn't make them.
You can just get a DeLorean and put it on there.
You got these are nice die. Nice dice. And,
I'm with you. I'm with you. I think there's a lot of really nice touches in this one. They could have gone cheaper on the tiles, but I think they're the perfect thickness for what you need it for. I like the touch of having the clock tower as a dice tower. Yeah. That's a really nice touch. You might not always use that. I know when we played we didn't, but my wife and I use it. So
it kind of slips like if you're not careful because it's not on the Anyways, but still, it's. Like you said, it's one of those things where, you could use it, you could not, but it's nice if you want to.
Yeah, it's a nice touch. Gameplay. I'll start that one off.
Okay.
So gameplay, there are some things that I really like about the gameplay in this. I like how the theme is integrated really well for one. Mm-hmm. So the cards have all these thematic tones to them, and it gives you a little bit of a feeling. There's this stress with Biff coming constantly. I mean, he's constantly going after Lorraine and George, and it's very thematic, very frustrating, and adds to the tension of the game. I really enjoy how these tiles play out and the thinkiness in that. I mean, it's not a super thinky game, but you have to think, do I want to use this tile to move 3 spaces, or do I want to be able to use the die on there? And sometimes you use the wrong one. You flip it over and you're like, oh, now I really wish that I had used the other one so that I could use this die. And I really like that. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I think that's probably my favorite part of the gameplay is you're getting more powerful. I don't know if engine building is the right word, but like it feels like you're progressing. It is. I mean, you're building a little bit of a dice engine, like you're getting more. And I think that's my favorite part is the way that those work. There's even like a backpack that I got last game. Oh, there it is right there.
Yeah.
Which allows you to have even 2 more. So you could have a whole lot of dice like on your board. I think that's really cool. The Biff thing, yes, really, really frustrating, but actually I think it's fun. It's a challenge. I love the theme that you said. Like this,
that goes to components too. This is really cool. In the
I feel like I'm in the movie.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm Marty McFly and I'm trying to get George and Lorraine. This is extremely thematic. Now you know me. I'm not a big theme guy, but the longer I go, he's just gonna keep flipping those over. And then when the movie is over, I mean, when the movie is over, when those are flipped over, the show is done. The Meeple Town show is done. But I do really like that. It's a game I think that I can play with a lot of people.
Yes.
It's not that hard to teach. It's pretty simple to teach. I'm taking this. I haven't played this with my kids, and I'm borrowing it from Dean because I want to play this with my kids, especially my 10-year-old who loves Back to the Future. But the other thing I want to say before we I get to my final thoughts is this game is not easy, and I like that about the game. I think we're handling it pretty well now, but I mean, the last time we played this thing, we got whipped. So it's not just a gimme. But I'll say that also a negative for that then is that you could kind of figure out your own way to adjust the difficulty level, but there's not a built-in way to adjust the difficulty level.
Correct. Yeah. So you can move it. You can start on the 4-player on the turn track
to make it easier
in a 2-player game.
Or you can move it up to make it harder. I kind of wish that they had something like that because I'm a little concerned with this game, Dean, that it's going to get a little bit samey.
Sure. Yeah, I can understand that. Now, I will say, I agree. Now, the thing that adds to the difficulty, whether it's good or bad, is the randomness of this game. Yeah. The randomness of your dice rolls, of the cards that you're drawing, of the power tiles that you get. The game can be really difficult if you don't get things going your way. And that's pretty random.
Last time.
Yeah, it's pretty random. Now, it can go your way, and then it becomes much easier. The first time I played this game with my wife, it wasn't easy. We did win. I do think we made some mistakes along the way, but we did win, and it was pretty down to the wire, but we won. So I guess the randomness is what determines the difficulty.
Down to the wire?
Literally down to the wire.
How about that?
Yeah, if that was planned.
Oh.
All right, final thoughts.
Yep. Okay, so for a fun dice chucking game, right? That's what this is. All right, this is a thematic game where I'm chucking dice. I like Euro games generally, and if I get really frustrated, and I say I mean you. If you get frustrated with rolling bad dice, the randomness of the cards that come out, the way that Biff moves around, it's not super random. That's not too bad. You might not like this game.
Correct.
Right? I mean, there's a good chance. But if you like the IP, if you like Back to the Future, first of all, I wonder if you don't like Back to the Future, I don't know how much you'll like this game. You might think it's like a fine game.
But Back to the Future theme is what really drives this one.
That's what drives this one for me. That's what drives it. Yes, I do like the way that these tiles play a lot, though. Where you feel like you're progressing towards something as you're getting these, more powers and you're getting more dice and you're getting more options. I really like that about the game, and I do like that it feels thematic. I don't care about theme generally. I don't care about theme, but it's going to bump this game up half of a point. So for someone, because I do really love the theme, and I really like the art, and I think they did a great job with this game. That being said, 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
7 is usually willing to play, and I'm not usually willing to play this because there's so many other games I would rather play. However, when I'm in the mood and I want to get my Back to the Future vibe on, it's a fun game. Mm-hmm. And so if you're into more of the Amerithrash type game and you just want something heavily thematic and you like Back to the Future, this is actually a very good game.
Yeah. When you're trying to, if you want to pair up, sometimes you play games seasonally. Like you don't, mm-hmm. I don't typically play Santa's Workshop, in the summer. I usually play it a lot in December. If I'm going to have a Back to the Future marathon, I will want to play this game with it. You know, same thing for some other Prospero Hall games like Horrified one.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm watching, you know, playing horror games in October around Halloween time, that's a game that I really want to play. So that I'm with you there. So that's why it makes for me a little bit difficult to rate, because
it is hard.
Because during those times I'll want to play it every time. You know, for me,
that's true.
The other thing, you know, I didn't really mention this, but event cards are really, I say this a lot, they're really hit or miss for me. Sometimes I really can't stand them. This one has the trouble cards, there's the movement cards, and the opportunity cards. Opportunity cards are a little bit different, but mostly the movement and the trouble. But the reason why it doesn't bother me as much in this game is because the trouble cards are always bad, and you know that they're going to be terrible, and you're going to want to get rid of them. Especially those level 3 trouble cards are going to be really difficult to manage sometimes. But you know that it's going to be bad. You don't know where it's going to come up and what it's going to do, but it's bad. The movement cards, you know that it's going to move them away from each other probably if you just put them together, and it's probably going to move Biff, you know? So for me, that's not a horrible knock. I'm at a 6.5 on this one, I think, but because my wife likes this one so much, I'm actually going to bump my score up to a 7 because I will play this more.
Just like George and Lorraine.
That's right. I'm more usually willing to play because it's one that she really likes. She also loves Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future.
I love that. It's my favorite movie probably of all time.
Yeah, it's not up there for me, but I still really enjoy it. But for that, you know, because of the theme, being drawn to the theme, it's definitely, that's the case. If this was a random game that wasn't Back to the Future, I would probably be more at like a 6.5, I think. But
yeah, I'd be at a 6 probably if that were the case. It's still a fun, but I'm actually impressed with this. Like I thought, oh man, they might.
Well, because you had such high expectations.
That's why, not because of like Prospero Hall generally does a good job.
Yeah.
Like, but I was just I really like to play this because of Back to the Future, and like it's a good game. It's just not my style, so I'm not going to rate it super high. And it's just like what you said, seasonally or when I get the feel, I'll play it, or with my kids, I'll play it. Yeah. But it's not something that I'm going to be like, hey, let's go play Back to the Future.
And there's nothing wrong with that because I love having games that do fit that niche. So anyway, that is it. That's a 7 from me, a 6.5 from John. Tell people how they can get in touch with us.
If you're enjoying our channel, we would love for you to subscribe to it. Click on that bell for notifications for when we come out with new videos. We are MeepletownGames.com if you want to check out all of our stuff. We're at Meepletown Games on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and we're Board Game Geek Guild 3407.
Thanks for coming down to Meepletown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at Meepletown Games, and connect with us on the Meepletown Guild, Guild number 3407, at BoardGameGeek.com. And also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to Meepletown.